Charlotte Hornets in their last game, losing to Orlando. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Kemba Walker is out there with Hairston. Then it's Zeller. Then there's Batum. And it's Williams at the four-man position.
I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
And it worked to perfection, Clark, on that possession. We'll see how that plays out in terms of being a big part of their game plan.
Now, here is Harden. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Well, that shot was made possible by the work Dwight Howard did.
Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. He reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Just 3 to shoot. Hairston. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Now the Rockets with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. Once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
And here's a reason. James Harden getting it to go from deep.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now, here's Batum. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And it's good.
And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade of the decade. You look at what they gave up, and it's hard to argue that they didn't win that transaction in a big way.
And it's Beverly missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Batum wide open. He fires. Drains it from beyond the arc. Batum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, I had the chance to talk with the head coach for Houston. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Doris. What will you guys be looking for overall, defensively from this team, given they're facing such terrific shooters tonight?
It's going to have to be a total team effort, guys. I mean, you have to be ready to provide help defensively literally every moment you're on the floor.
Exactly. When it's a team that shoots it as well as they do, guys, I mean, one-on-one defense isn't enough. Everybody has to be tied together, rotating, helping, and very much aware of where the ball is.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
He's off on the first. The thing about Marvin Williams, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting.
And the second free throw, good.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Howard can't hit.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And if carrying the team during the regular season were Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Here's Zeller, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Now here's Beverly. 14 points from him the last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Now here's Walker. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Williams a screen on Beverly. And it's Walker penetrating and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assistant.
Shooting two.
First one falls for. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
And the Rockets making a change here. Terry's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
And here's Walker following Jason Terry's three. Batum dishes to Walker. To the paint. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years. He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Play him tight, come on!
From the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
He's again. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Zeller. He hits the second from the line.
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Rockets trail by 3. And here's Harden. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. Here's Moniunas, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
There's the pick. Pick by Williams. Here's Batum. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Yeah, in the quest to get to the playoffs, the Hornets came up short last season. A lot of that was due to how they fared against the Western Conference. They just couldn't keep up with the offensive firepower coming out of the West.
Love stats. Here are some numbers for Batum. Averaging 17 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Terrence Jones has checked in for Monteunitas. The Hornets also with a sub. Lynn's checked in. Rockets trail by 3. As you mentioned, the Hornets struggled against the West, only won 8 games in their 30 games played.
And you need to be near 500 against the West if you want to make the playoffs in the East. But it was their lack of offense that just made it so hard for the Hornets to keep up with a lot of teams in the West.
2 on the clock. Harden gets the bucket. Now Walker, a good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. There's a screen by Williams. Harden against Land. Open shot, Batum, and good as it just snugs right down through the net.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Harden outside. Screen by Howard. Jacks up a 3. Houston gets it back. Second change shot. The shot is off.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Williams with a clean look. Misses the 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Ariza against Batum. It's tipped. Jones. Williams with the block. Walker against Harden. Inside. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Harden. Ariza's got his first bucket of the night.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Harden against Land. They set the screen. Batum. They get it again.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
Ariza no luck.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Lynn kicks to Walker. And again, the Hornets missing. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Ariza goes in. Kicks it to Terry. Pass to Harden. Launches it. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turns out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs, but the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance. now for Walker. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 16th in steals, 18th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, and he's one of the better steals guys in the league. I mean, constantly getting his hands in there. As a ball handler, you've got to respect him always.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. In a wide-open look for Lynn. Charlotte no good that time either.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6. When I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th, I was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Here's Lamb. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. They set the pick. Lamb passes to Kaminsky. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Thornton. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And the Rockets making a change here. Lawson's checked in. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Here's Brewer. Off target with his 3. The Hornets trail. Up top, Lynn. He's guarded by Thornton. Lynn dishes to Batum. Pass to Kaminsky. To the inside. No good from Lamb. Houston's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Lawson with it. And it's Lynn picking him up. And Lawson, here we go. Pause with the block. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. From the stripe. Here's Kaminsky. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And for Houston, they're shooting 40% here in the early stages. Another miss by Houston.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Back to Lynn. And that misses. That would have put him up. And here comes Lawson leading the fast break. Here's Brewer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Batum's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Lamb kicks to Lynn. Kaminsky sets the pick for Lynn. Charlotte gets it back. Here's Kaminsky from downtown. No good from Lamb. Houston in the lead, and it's Houston on the break. Jones, no one around him. No good with the triple. Charlotte shooting 43% since taking the floor today. Drops it in from 11 feet. Lynn's got his first points in this one. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
It's deflected. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets ahead, leading by just 1. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Come on with it, with it. Me and you getting it up, don't even go there. Come on with it, with it. Come on with it, with it.
And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. Everybody is scoring spread out, rebounding, everything's spread out. So, even from the bench, it's definitely a team type game.
Well, that was the game plan a couple couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Hodiunas and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Howard, it's good. The assist that time from Harden. Howard's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Rockets. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
Shot clock at 5. Shot's good by Walker. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
That's good. Beverly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
The pass to Beverly. Harden against Walker. Here's Howard. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
You know, Hardy, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice the defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question, Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
He misses the free throw.
And on the topic of Lamb, he really has everything he needs to succeed. Great length and athleticism, was an excellent all-around jump shooter in college. For some reason, his game just hasn't translated to the NBA level yet. But I think if he can improve his motor, he's going to have an opportunity to be an impact player for him.
And, you know, regarding Lamb's development, most scouts felt the weaknesses he did have to be ironed out over time. Well, there's still time. He needs to improve his strength, his ball handling, and his effort on defense. All things well within his control.
Here's Lamb. James Harden picking up that last basket. Walker the pass to Lamb. Zeller, a screen on Harden. Here's Lamb. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lamb's got his second basket of the night.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now. Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. James Harden, number 1.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
I tell you what, I think he relishes those difficult assignments. I mean, he's such an intense competitor. Defense is what drives him.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt him inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed. And, guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
That free throw, no good. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Charlotte. And he's good on the second.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be. Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 7. He feeds it to Williams. He dishes it to Lamb. Williams a screen. Lamb with the ball. Picked up by Montejunas. No good from Lamb. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Now, here's Walker. Following the miss by Trevor Ariza. Charlotte again missing.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
It's a big height bouncer goes in. And it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Hairston kicks to Lamb. Looks for Walker. Gets it to him. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Walker's got 9. Rockets leading by 5. Stolen by Walker. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Howard setting the pick for Beverly. Kicks it out to Ariza. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Lamb. Hornets trail by 3. And it's Walker penetrating. Good work defensively by Harden. There's a screen by Montejunas. Harden dishes to Montejunas. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Walker following the basket by Montejunas. Kaminsky, and the basket good.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for Houston. The Hornets have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature. Check out stats for James Harden. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, averaging 29 points per game, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. Night in and night out, he's their #1 option offensively.
That's why he leads the team in scoring. Almost every play feels like it runs through him.
Feeds it to Walker. Dishes to Lamb. Williams a screen. And Lamb gets to Hairston. Pocket 6. There's the screen. Off the screen. And sent back by Howard. Hands the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And some changes here for the Hornets. Batum comes in for Hairston. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Jeremy Lamb. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Dwight Howard. He's been a factor for them over the last month. 5th in rebounding, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there.
Now here's Terry. 5 points in the game, and that one's good.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
And Walker kicks to Williams. There's a screen. Williams a screen. Batum for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Yeah, that's been the key to their league. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And Walker kicks to Lynn. Back to Walker. Williams a screen. Walker the pass to Kaminsky. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Honey, there's no luck.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Williams can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 8. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Kemba Walker comes up with the loose ball. Outside, Lynn. Kaminsky with the ball. Working on Modiunas.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Another miss by Houston.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Walker with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. And Walker kicks to Lynn. Back to Walker. Outside, Batum. Here's Kaminsky. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. Frank Kaminsky 4th.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Well, he's been slapping shots out of there all last month. I mean, he's building a reputation as a guy you don't want to challenge inside. His arrow is definitely pointing north.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
And so here's Charlotte. The Rockets making the shot. They set the pick, and Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Charlotte no good that time either.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now here's Terry. Last time out he had 14 points. Now here's Brewer. Defended by Lynn. Here's Thornton. Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jones has got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
Has an update from the sideline.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He told Batum that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And that one is hammered home.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now here's Lawson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Brewer pushes to Capella. And Thornton kicks to Jones. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Spencer Hawes. For Terrence Jones, Clark, a very scary episode to begin last season. He suffered from a rare nerve damage to his left leg.
Yeah, he wondered if he'd be able to play again after missing 3 months. He finally got back out on the court. Good for him because I enjoy watching him play.
And that one falls for Jones.
And I tell you what, the Rockets are happy to have Terrence Jones back and healthy. They tried to acquire Bosh last season, looked like they had it, but make no mistake, Jones was always going to be a player not only with tremendous potential, but someone that they view as a valuable commodity on that roster.
He hits both from the strike.
And guys, Terrence Jones, good numbers as far as blocks and rebounding and scoring around the rim. He's also shown potential as far as playing on the perimeter. The Rockets hope he can fill that spread 4 role for them moving forward.
Now here's Walker. He's got 11. Batum with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now here's Walker following the miss by Lawson. Here's the screen. Here's Hawes. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. The guy, Spencer Hawes, signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. He did improve a little bit in the playoffs. There still may be some hope for him in L.A.
Well, I'd have to agree with you,
All right,
Kevin.
now,
I mean,
gentlemen,
he had some
two
moments,
shots.
but on the
Two
season,
shots.
shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
That free throw, no good.
And getting back to Spencer Hawes, he actually stayed pretty healthy last season. He had obviously one of the best point guards in the NBA feeding him the basketball, but for some reason Hawes couldn't hit even 40% of his shot.
And he sinks the second.
Well, you look at Hall's big contract deal last season. Let's be fair about it. I mean, that happened after he posted some of his best ever career averages the year before. That's why, if you're a front office type, you wish you had a crystal ball.
Back to Lynn. Passes it to Walker. Hit by Zeller. Here's Batum. It's deflected.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's going wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
Knocked away and stolen by Zeller. Hornets trail by 9. In the corner, it's Lynn. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Lawson the pass to Thornton. The dish to Brewer. The feed now to Lawson. That doesn't go either for Lawson.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Here's Thornton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Screen by Jones. Thornton dishes to Lawson. From deep three-point range. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Rockets lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 23 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Coming off a great game last time out, he's turning it up a notch already here tonight. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I would be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third.
Harden doing it all. He has 23 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Rockets leading by 4. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Batum is out there with Williams. And there's Kemba Walker. Then there's Hairston. And it's Zeller in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Odiunas against Williams. Clock at 4. The 3 from Harden. No good. And Charlotte will come the other way.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Yeah, for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that. Were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
Both free throws good from Batum.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Now here's Ariza. Back to Howard. And Marvin Williams picks up the 5. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
There's a screen by Odiunas. Harden, no good. And Clifford in his third year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. He's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And Walker kicks to Hairston. Beverly against Walker. Outside Williams. Here's Zeller. Flanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Zeller's got his second basket. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Walker against Beverly. Pass to Ariza. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Walker goes in. Here's Hairston. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist in this one. Rockets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. Kicks to Beverly. Screen by Howard. Beverly, the pass to Montejunas. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Beverly with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Beverly against Batum. Beverly dishes to Montejunas. Harden right side. Shot clock at 6. Here's a step back. No luck. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Now, here's Batum. He's got 14. He kicks it to Walker. And it comes off the front of the rim. Houston in the lead. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. That's good. 25 points for James Harden.
Played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Kevin, here we can get a look at Charlotte and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. Second in fewest turnovers per game. 6th in rebounding. And they're in the top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's pretty good company. It points out the fact that they do prioritize the defensive end.
And you gotta love how well they safeguard their offensive possessions. You see the ranking, 2nd fewest turnovers committed. Terrific ball handling and smart passing.
Lamb, he's checked in for Hairston. Pass to Batum. Walker in the corner. There's a screen by Williams. Walker goes in to the inside. Williams kicks to Lamb. Charlotte again missing. Rockets leading by 3. Beverly with the ball. He's got 6. Now here's Montejunas. Here's Harden on the wing. Pops one in from the wing. Harden's got 27. Hornets trail by 5. And here's Walker. He's got 11. Hit by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Batum. The pass to Lamb. 3-pointer. And he gets it to go. Lamb's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Get out of here, Houston!
can't say enough about the passing of this group lately. The leading setup men among the league's 2 guards over the past 10 games. James Harden, number 1.
And with his skill as a distributor, he's probably just as comfortable at the point guard position as he is off the ball. They need him there at times in a pinch.
Boy, I really like an off guard who shares the ball as well as he does. I mean, that's an invaluable piece to their puzzle, and that's the kind of flexibility they get by having him on their roster.
Now, here's Beverly. He's got 6. It's Harden with the drive. Up again, and Howard with the stuff. And the Rockets lead by 4.
This is just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays, guys, will give the entire team a boost.
Lamb with the ball. Terry covering. Feeds it to Batum. Down low. Here's Williams. And the shot falls short this time.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Harden the pass to Beverly. Harden outside. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Harden draws the double. He feeds it to Howard. Beverly slams it back in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Beverly against Walker. He dishes it to Batum. Unloads from 13. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Kaminsky. Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. Batum against Harden. Dishes to Howard. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. Corey Brewer checked in for Patrick Beverly. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Walker. Screen by Howard. And it's Ariza in the corner. Howard with a screen on Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt. With 23,924 rebounds, his name synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks, over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that.
Now here's Harden after Jeremy Lin's miss, and he gets the bucket.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Hornets trail by 7. Williams a screen on Terry. Lin with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Lin's shot is off.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Harden, that's good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Williams has a screen for Lamb. Back to Williams. Passes it to Lin. Lamb up top. Terry covering. And the shot is good. 11 points for Lamb. And so it's Houston with it. They've led by as much as 10. Getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Lin dishes to Batum. Now here's Kaminsky. He's guarded closely. There's a screen by Williams. There's the dish to Lamb. Jokic with the rebound. Harden's got his third rebound on the night. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets had a dreadful offense. Worst effective field goal percentage clock in the league. Effective field goal percentage being your field goal percentage with the value of the shot factored in. Again, more analytics for us to look at.
Yeah, and this is a way to break down that analytic in an abbreviated fashion. Field goal percentage is a pretty good indicator of how good your offense is.
Rockets leading by 8. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Looking to get it going, and that's 2 points on the layup. Lin's got 6.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal, and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Now here's Terry. He has 5. Harden outside, just 4 to shoot. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And for the Hornets, they're league worst in terms of field goal efficiency. And for the Hornets, their league worst effective field goal percentage means they didn't take a lot of threes, and then they still missed a ton of shots. And guys, that's a recipe for disaster.
Now Lamb, following the miss by Terry from deep. Lin's shot is off. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter of the game. Harden outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I tell you, you take a look at the Hornets roster from last year, and a lot of players shot under 40% from the floor. Not end of the rotation guys either. I mean, players that saw heavy minutes just casting up brick after brick.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and Terrence Jones is subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And then for Charlotte, Spencer Hawes is checked in for Kaminsky. Cody Zeller comes in for Marvin Williams, and is Hairston in for Lamb. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Shot by Zeller, no good.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Jones. That one falls coming off Lawson's feet. Jones has got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Now here's Batum. 14 points for him. And Zeller kicks to Lin. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. No good from Hairston.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Hits it from three-point range. Hairston's got 5 points in the quarter. 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Harden against Hairston. Now Harden. 37 points for him. There's a good screen. The feed to Lawson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Rockets on top. They lead by 7. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Hornets trail by 7. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, Terrence Jones out there with Corey Brewer. Then it's Thornton. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Capella in at the 5. Hairston against Thornton. No good from Hairston.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win. That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Beverly against Walker. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
The D on him has to be airtight, guys. You got to get into his airspace, and that was far from it.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Beverly, the pass to Thornton. A 3. Brewer, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Walker. After the Rockets pick up 3. Pass to Hawes. Pick by Zeller. Here's Hairston. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And so far for P.J. Hairston, nothing in his basketball career has been easy. He played at North Carolina but was suspended and never reinstated. Then he played in the D-League well enough to be drafted in the first round last year, but unfortunately his strong play just didn't carry over into his first full season in the NBA.
Talking about Hairston, his rookie year last year was a disappointing act. He played Clark only 45 games at around 15 minutes per game.
And you know, what did he do with those minutes he got? He shot 32% from the field. Not great. He's got talent. There's never been a question about that. Now he's got to hone it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Capella. Montejunas comes in for Jones. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for Corey Brewer. Now here's Thornton. Here's Beverly. Ariza outside. There's a screen by Montejunas. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. Ariza no look.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now Walker, Trevor Ariza, missing from long range. And it's Walker penetrating. The Hornets rebound. Williams. And it's sent back by Howard. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Outside, Walker. Hit by Zeller.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down.
And it's Walker again missing. Beverly dishes to Howard. In the corner, Thornton with it. Screen by Howard. And Beverly kicks to Howard. With the fadeaway. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Kicks it to Zeller. Beverly against Walker. Williams, a screen on Beverly. 4 on the shot clock. Montejunas with the steal. Walker against Beverly from downtown. That doesn't go either for Ariza.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Howard against Walker. Shot back by Howard. Thornton against Hairston. Thornton with it. He kicks to Montejunas. fader on the way. Rebounded by Hairston. Hairston's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Picked by Zeller. Hairston kicks to Walker from deep. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Get out of here, Houston!
Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So it's Charlotte with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Walker. To the wing on the left. Here's Lamb. Shot is off. Good D by Ariza.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Now here's Moniunas. Beverly the pass to Moniunas. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the dishes to Moniunas. Here's Beverly. And good. He nails it. And here's Walker. Pass to Lamb. Back to Walker. To the paint. It's tipped. Moniunas with the steal. And Beverly kicks to Thornton.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago.
Take a break.
But last season,
2 shots.
under double figures at 9 per contest.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Walker goes in. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And it's 9 points for Williams. On the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season he wasn't all bad. He did hit a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Moniunas. And it's Walker penetrating. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years have ironically been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those 3 years. Almost 18 points a game in around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. Just one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. And he sinks the second.
And for Walker, guys, and his stats, even for players considered consistent, there is more variation than what Walker has put up.
Now here's Beverly. Here's Howard, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
Look at what Howard has done so far. 14 rebounds and 4 block shots.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either
now,
end.
Take a break.
Obvious.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Howard. So he gets them both. Hornets trail by 12. And Walker gets to Hairston. Back to Walker. To the paint. Here's Kaminsky. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around. Just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He had to go straight through it. And that's not legal.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Beverly against Walker. Here is Hairston. Picked by Williams. And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. The pass to Williams. Out to the right wing. Hairston. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Hairston's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Harden outside. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Rockets with the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds in this game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here is Williams. Following the basket by Montejunas. So the blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Second free throw, no good. Last season, we saw Montejunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in the scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
And Beverly kicks to Montezumas. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple. And Montezumas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden. And Montezumas is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer. Defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Beverly. Harden outside. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Rebound, Kemba Walker. Walker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Feeds it to Williams. There's a screen. He dishes it to Hairston. No good on the triple.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
Houston leading by 11. Dishes it to Howard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And so here's Charlotte down by 12. Beverly against Walker. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now, here's Walker. Here's Batum. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Batum's got 5 points in the quarter. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
There's a screen by Montezumas. Harden the pass to Beverly. To the middle. Here's Montezumas. Another miss by Houston. Hornets trail by 10. And Batum kicks to Walker. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
A good look from Harden. Rebound by Williams. The Hornets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 44%. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Take a look at what Kemba Walker's done. He's got 17 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within single digits. So Walker nails both of them. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Beverly against Walker. There's a screen by Moniunas. Here's Harden, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Outside, Walker. He feeds it to Hairston. Williams, a screen on Harden. Outside, Williams. Batum for 3. And it's good. Assistant on the play was Williams. 22 points for Batum.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Harden kicks to Beverly. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 43 points.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Here's Walker. Rebounded by Howard. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Now here's Harden. Moniunas, a screen on Hairston. Harden gets to Moniunas. Off target from outside.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
And here's Walker outside. And it's the Hornets another 3. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He gets the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Being both at the line. It's an 8-point game. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. No good for Lamb. So we see the Rockets get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on this win. It was a team effort, aided by this electric home crowd atmosphere. What made the difference?
We were trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. That was amazing tonight. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I'm happy for our guys. We got a good victory at home.
Communication's so key. James, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2 in a row coming in, and dropping a third straight would have been very, very rough. But he took it upon himself, took it right to the ship, as he always does. Great performance and a great time to deliver.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is a game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.